Hi, welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about Henry II of France. Henry was born on the 31st of March 1590. He was the second son of Francis I and Queen Claude. His father was famously in feuds with two of the most prominent monarchs of the time. He famously wrestled Henry VIII in Calais, and he was also imprisoned for a few years by Charles V. However, it was not acceptable that a French king was the prisoner of a Spanish king, so both his older sons, swapped places with him. So when he was 7, Henry and his older brother Francis went to Spain. They stayed there for 4 years. This created in Henry a lifelong grudge against Charles V, the Habsburgs, and Spain. Around 1533, he married the famous and powerful Catherine of Medici. Of course, we now know that the Medici were both rich and powerful, however, they lacked royal and noble links and status. So this made it very, very difficult that any noble or even royal families would marry into the Medici. However, this marriage was quite advantageous because the Pope at the time was Catherine's uncle, Clement VII. Unfortunately, the Pope ended up dying soon after, and the couple, who were not in love with each other, remained childless for 10 years. The marriage was completely loveless. Henry did have a great love in his life, however, Diane of Poitiers, who was much older than him. She was 20 years his senior, and the relationship started from the moment that Henry came back for the French court from Spain to the end of his life. So he was the second son, and his brother was never king. So what had happened? Francis, Henry's brother, died in 1536, making Henry and his wife, the Dauphin and Dauphine, the legal heir to the French throne. However, Henry would have to wait for 11 years before becoming Henry II. He was Henry II on the 31st of March 1547. He had a very close group of advisors, including Diane, who had a great influence on the king. The new king mostly just continued his father's innovations and reformations and laws. This included, of course, the feud with the Habsburgs, and he allied himself with the German Lutherans against the Habsburg ruling house. He also allied with the Turkish Ottoman Empire. He was able to win a great victory against one of Charles V's allies in 1553. So now, as king, Henry created a chamber in the Paris Parliament to fight heresy, and in 3 years they executed 37 people. So the fight against the heresy was quite common at the time. It was not just a Iberian thing. However, Protestantism flourished in the French elite. Henry, a son of a king that funded Leonardo da Vinci, was of course a patron of the arts, and he was the king that finished the Louvre, which at the time was not yet a museum. The end of his reign was filled with economic troubles, the uprising of religious dissent, and the continuous war with the Habsburgs. However, in 1559, Henry II signed a peace treaty with Philip II, who was the son and heir of Charles V. And in this treaty, it was established that Henry's daughter Elizabeth, would marry Philip. To celebrate this union and the peace treaty in itself, the court had a jousting tournament, and of course the king participated in this jousting tournament. However, and unfortunately, he was fatally wounded and ended up dying on the 10th of July 1559 as a cause of those wounds. He was succeeded by his son Francis, who became Francis II.